year of 2021. When we do these AMAs, I ask that you can ask whatever you want. My only request is that you ask it politely. So if you don't like something that we're doing or have a question, feel free to ask whatever it is that you want, but just really, really request that you guys keep it polite and businesslike in the way that you're actually asking these things. All right, so I'm one of the founders of Splinterlands. My name, or my username, is Agrode, and I help a lot with the business and marketing side of this. And my co-founder with me is Matt. Matt, do you want to say hi and let people hear your name?
Hey, everybody. Great to be here as always.
And so this is the Ask Me Anything portion. It's getting a little bit more chaotic, so I don't quite know what I'm going to do. If you guys have questions you want to ask, it's best if you type the word question, putting it in all caps like Pogier just did is really fantastic. It makes it easy to see the questions and be able to respond to them that way. Before we get going, I guess, Matt, is there anything just generally that you want to talk about? Like, there's been a ton of server things going on. So maybe you can describe some of what we've been doing on the back end, how we've been changing up servers, and really just like, my math tells me that we're going to have 1 million active players by December, which is amazing because we're like 115,000 spellbook owners and 85 or so thousand active accounts yesterday. But this thing is on such a tear that we're just gonna have like 1 million people here by December. So can you talk us through some of like the development side, the server side, and what we're doing, what's going right, what's going wrong, what still needs doing in regards to all the servers, and just maybe even describe a little bit. I think some people still think that like it might just be one server. Can you tell a little bit about our setup, just like in broad terms?
Yeah, and I guess I'll kind of like pre-answer a bunch of the questions that I expect that we'll have. So currently, the development team is pretty much still exclusively focused on scaling and updates and all that stuff. And it's more than just, get bigger servers and things like that. We kind of changed a major way a lot of this works, from processing the battles via blockchain transactions to non-blockchain transactions that are just sent directly to our servers. So, while our servers are able to handle that change no problem, it's just a big change to how everything works. And there's lots of little, things that are coming up where, what happens if 2 people submit their teams at like exactly the same time, which was not possible before because they were, ordered by the blockchain. And those type of things are causing some of the intermittent issues we've been seeing. So we have to go through and kind of update our code to handle those situations properly. On top of that, for scaling, it's not just server and technical stuff. We also have to scale our customer support operations, and that's not only getting new people, but we also have to create new tools for all those people to be able to access the data that they need, make the changes that they need. So there's been a lot of work on like kind of back-end administrative tools. There's been a lot of work on, setting up our customer support thing. There's a new support form that can be filled out. So that's kind of our primary focus still currently on the development side, which also means that, unfortunately, feature development and roadmap dates are all, pushed out for right now. We don't have dates for those yet. So all the questions that I expect there will be of like when this, when that, the answer is we don't know right now. And once, we have kind of everything set and running as we need it to be to get to the player growth that Agrode mentioned, then we will have to go back, kind of review where we are with all of those projects and come up with new timelines and dates and kind of get back working on that. So, to pre-answer all the questions about when this or when that, the answer is we don't know right now. And then, any customer support related questions, I'll just mention also that, we're still pretty backlogged and behind on customer support things, and we're still working to, we brought a whole ton of new people on that are all from the Splinterlands community, so that's awesome. But it takes time for those people to get up to speed and, on how to answer questions and respond to different requests. And at the same time, we're also still working on adding more administrative features for those people to be able to handle those requests. So, we just, again, have to ask for everyone's patience on that. But ultimately, all these things will get resolved, and we will be able to support the growth that we are seeing, which, should just be a huge benefit to everybody here. So, ultimately, the end result should be really good, and I'm definitely looking forward to that.
So tell me, do you think that we can handle this growth? I mean, what's going to happen to the servers or everything else? Will the front end website be able to load? Will the players be able to play their games? Will financial assets be secure? Like, tell me, I'm sure that there's lots of people that are freaking out every single time that, one of the things I wanted to share is that, Splinterlands is not just one server. Splinterlands is now dozens of servers. And every time that one goes down for whatever reason, people are freaking out. And, not that I want to like placate or just play into the most like worrisome group of people, but can you talk about our ability to scale? Can the Hive blockchain scale? Can our backend servers scale? Will our website be able to scale? Like I know that there's lots of changes that you're working on, but ultimately, do you think this infrastructure can get there?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, we're still relatively small, and even with like 1 million active players, as far as like large games go, that's still small. So it can definitely be handled. But like I mentioned, a lot of how things were built was not necessarily with that in mind to date. So there's work that is being done now to kind of transition things over, starting with moving the battles off the blockchain. And a big part of that is just using the blockchain more efficiently. So the blockchain can definitely scale to handle everything we need. We just need to do some work to make sure we're using it in the best way possible. And then we need to update, things in our code base to be able to take advantage of the scaling opportunities that are there. So I'm not worried about whether or not it can handle the scale that we'll grow to. It's just a matter of we need to put in the work, and we can't always anticipate all the issues that are going to happen. So a lot of it is, unfortunately, things crop up from time to time, and then we have to deal with them and fix it. But as more time goes on, we'll get more and more of those things dealt with to the point where things are running smoothly, and we can kind of shift back to feature development.
I know that you've dodged this question once, and that's okay, but I do want to ask it again. Do you have a sense of when that moment happens, when that transition happens? Is it like a day when we expect a week, a month? Is it a target event, like when the server block times across the board are all under X? Like, how do you know when the decision is ready to be made to switch from really 100% DevOps and then back to feature development?
Well, I can't say, but it's more of a gradual thing rather than okay, today we're switching. It's like as things start running more smoothly and there's less work to be done on the DevOps and scaling side, then more work will slowly be shifted over to features. So I expect that to still take, some, at least a month or so, as we just kind of, still issues will crop up from time to time, and over time it'll just slowly transition back more into feature development, and less into scaling development. But we still have, I'd say, at least a week or two of scaling work. I'll mention we're going to put out just a quick update blog post, but I think we're planning to do a scheduled maintenance and downtime on Monday, do some more updates of things, which we anticipate should be relatively quick and easy. But you never know. But yeah, so I'd expect, there's still a lot more work and stuff to be done on the DevOps and the scaling and the maintenance end, and just making everything a lot more robust. I mean, and then also just in general, as projects grow, earlier in projects, you work a lot faster, and you kind of put things out a lot quicker with less testing because it's just very early. There's not a lot of value in the system. And as things grow and there's more value in the system and there's more consequences to what you're doing, development work has to slow down in the sense that it needs to be tested more carefully. It needs to be reviewed more carefully because bugs and issues have a much bigger impact, now when there's hundreds of millions of dollars in total in the system versus, even not that long ago when there were single digits millions of dollars in the system. So, we kind of, our processes will need to change, and there's a lot of work in just kind of getting that system ready to move forward.
Okay, I think that's a good background. Are there any major lingering issues for the technology right now, or are we out of most of the woods on like unplanned maintenance, or like what's the current state of how things are operating?
There's still been some intermittent issues, particularly with processing battles, that again have to do with the fact that we've gone from everything ordered by the blockchain to kind of unordered and real-time processing of that. So I'd say that's the last kind of major issue that we're working through. And then aside from that, it's just updating servers and processes to get the next 10x scale handled ahead of time.
Okay. I guess I should add, if somebody is posting these little scam stupid things around, just for the record, there are a couple of these like scammy things going around in Discord. This is part of running a large enough community that Matt talks about. Now there's more value in that community, and we start attracting some scammers. So I need you guys to be smart and realize, like, the way that Splinterlands is going to make announcements is going to continue to be in the official updates channel. That's where you'll hear things from us, or press releases, or on our official Twitter. You're not going to just get randomly DM'd by random people that don't even have roles in Discord about some special promotion or something like that. We don't do stuff like that. So please be careful, and before you send money to anybody that's not like straight up through splinterlands.com, you probably want to do some extra research regarding the people and the plans that they're describing. All right, Matt. So I asked you a couple questions. Is there anything else that you want to talk about or mention before we just start answering some questions from the users here?
I think we should get into the user questions because there's been a lot more. But yeah, I just want to reiterate, like, any when questions for things. The answer is we don't know right now how much SPS will be required for Chaos Legion, how many packs there will be for Chaos Legion. We won't be telling you that information until it is officially released. So we're just gonna get ahead of those type of questions for right now.
In regards to Chaos Legion, do you think that, like we've been saying, September? Do you think that we're still on track for September?
I am still hoping that we can get the pre-sale going in September, but again, it's going to depend on how things go. There are more pressing issues that come up, or site issues, or whatever. That's going to be the highest priority, and it's going to push things out. So our hope at this point is still that it can be in September, but that's not 100%.
Yeah, hey guys, just so you know, the business, it will be fine. Like if we have to go for even the rest of the year without another pack sale, this business is fine. There's enough runway here. There's some treasury. We can pay all of our employees, and everybody will be fine. So, both the business side and the dev side, our primary goal is really just what do we need to do to make sure that this game is functioning as smoothly as possible, and everything can come secondary to that. But that said, hopefully we're going to be we're still in that September range to get this thing going. So I don't really want to go back and do all these questions. So I think my plan is to just start answering questions as they come. Does that sound reasonable? And maybe just ask people if we miss a question, they should just repost it until they get an answer.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, where do you want to start? I mean, I don't know how many questions there are. Do you want to start from the ones from today?
No, morning? I mean as they're coming. I don't. If you're not watching the stream or the Discord, there's just so many questions coming in. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to go back because I'd be here all day. Speaking of which, I'll be here probably for an hour and a half answering questions, or another a full 2 hours. I know that Matt will not. Matt will be here for about another 45 minutes. But
yeah, man, I'd love to, but
yeah, you got stuff to do. Go. The dev stuff isn't going to dev itself. I can go answer some questions.
All right. Well, just let me know where we're starting, and I'll try to find it.
Let's just go straight to the bottom. So here's General Dark Chief. Will we be updated about the staking needs for Chaos Legion within the week? And no, we don't know that quite yet. But the short answer is the more that you stake, the more certain that you can be that you'll actually be able to be eligible for the Chaos Legion pre-sale.
Yeah, I'd say two things. One, we'll give people hopefully a good amount of notice, when it's announced before it actually goes live. And two, it's just the more SPS you have staked, the more you'll be able to get. I don't know the exact details of that yet, but it's not going to be. We're not going to make it something where you need to shift it around to multiple accounts and do all this stuff. It just, the more staked, the more you are able to participate.
I don't see Nate here, so I don't think we're going to get some eye candy. What's the requirement and condition to get more languages available in game? If we wanted to go add more translations, what's our process for that? I get hit up for that every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, we use a very good service to manage the translations. So, if we get someone to do it, we give them access to that, and they can do the translation work, and then we can put it in the game. I will add, though, that as with everything, that's not our highest priority right now.
Is that a you thing, or is that something that we can punt to Byzantinist, who's leading our support, or somebody else for that matter?
Well, for getting the translations done, but then as far as adding them actually into the game website, there's some amount of work to do that. So I'm just saying, that's going to take a back seat until all the pressing issues are fixed. But we can get started. Someone can get started doing the translations.
So who should we contact for that if they want to add translations to the game?
I guess for now they can contact, maybe you. I don't know if you're open to that. wizardwaxs has access to the translation site.
Okay, well,
we can talk about that after.
No, that's good. We can get if people want to get translations rolling, we can have them go through LibertyLass. All right, next up, are we going to delay your stream? No question. I don't think it's a good idea if it allows one player to play with multiple IDs. There's a lot of questions about allowing multi-accounts. Multi-accounts are just allowed, so what we do is we do everything we can to make it so bots don't have any kind of advantage. But yeah, it's a blockchain, and we're not here. We're not going to we decided to start KYCing people for fiat purchases because we were losing money because of it. So it's not, we don't have any plans to force you to ID or anything like that. If you wanted to give us money, we have financial concerns personally for the business, but we want accounts to be it's your account. You're free to interact here, and we're not going to be Big Brother and tell you, yes, you can play these cards, and no, you can't play those, and this account's allowed, but that one isn't. It's a blockchain, and anybody that has the stake in the cards should be able to participate. And what we need to do as game developers and game designers is make sure that there's no extra incentive or extra help for bots that gives them any advantages. Given the burn values of cards decreasing over time, is it safe to assume that the new modern format will have lower power requirements? Any thoughts on Chaos Legion and power? I've been floating around the idea of less DEC per pack, and maybe finally separating collection power from DEC scores just for this, because of this new addition and less DEC.
Yeah, that's just all part of the economy design for Chaos Legion. So one option is to separate the burn value and the collection power for cards. It's possible that there could be lower collection power requirements for modern format. The rank ladder leagues. There's a lot of options there, but these are all things we're going to take into account.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have an answer for that yet, but that's certainly some of the stuff that we're doing. It seems like rank rewards are showing your highest rank achieved rather than your current rank at the time. Is there a chance that this change will not be added? It's definitely going to get added. The question is when. DevOps is more important than that rule change, but we're going to get that in. Do you think that's in this season, or are we punting that for next?
Point. No when answers.
Fair enough. Do we have a sense of when Rift Watchers will be added? Is that
after Chaos Legion?
That's after Chaos Legion. There you go. Any updates on the new reward cards or the sneak peek at land stuff today? What about reward cards? Because
reward cards will be after the pressing issues. I don't have a when date for that, but yes, a lot of the reward cards are going out of print, and they will be replaced by, or have been already replaced by, dark energy crystals of similar value, based on the burn value of the cards, until the new rewards cards can be released.
All right, but those things are coming. Yeah, Chris Roberts is telling me he can show a new reward card. Go ahead, put out. I don't know if that's fully designed or not, but even just the art, if you guys want to show a little bit of the art, that'd be great. Marketplace on mobile app, also convert other potions to quest potions. That's kind of a funky idea. The marketplace on mobile app, marketplace, guild brawls, tournaments, all that stuff is in the works. It's just not the highest priority. What do you think about that idea of converting legendary and alchemy potions to quest potions?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't thought through that. Generally our thoughts on the alchemy and legendary potions is just a way of encouraging people to want to buy packs. But I understand that people who don't or can't buy packs, aren't happy about getting quests and or legendary and alchemy potions that they're not going to use. So I'm generally open to coming up with other ideas for them, but again, it's not really a priority right now.
The card and lore have been amazing so far and have lots of diversity to help lots of players get immersed in the game. What are some things that help the card artists from creating cultural incentive cards? Will there be one time a card art contest for a limited official card as an incentive for us to promote the game or something? I'd be open to having some like a big old contest that Nate can judge to see if there's a card that we can introduce from the community. That'd be fine. I mean, we at times, if you guys have serious suggestions, you can contact Chris Roberts and just share. We like having different communities and different cultures represented. So if there's some mythical creature or something that's really important to your culture or community and you want it in the game, message Chris Roberts and have a conversation around it. Nate's not around. No eye candy. I'm trying to read these. Question about the design of the cards and the art of the game. It kind of feels dated. Do you guys plan on making it prettier or feel more modern? Yeah, check out the card. Hopefully that's down there. It should look great. Is it possible or any plan on creating in-game products like packs or skins that can purchase using SPS? Yeah, Matt, what's your take on SPS related purchases, either accepting it for value or exclusive rewards for spending SPS?
I mean, yeah, obviously it's in our best interest to do everything we can to, help provide value to the SPS token in the game. So I think all of the above is, probably going to happen and more in the future.
Great. Please describe the ultimate vision. When the lands turn as big as Clash of Clans, will you have anime? Will you fill arenas for tournaments, cosplay contests? Paint me a beautiful picture. Yeah, I mean, one of the next things I want to do is try to get a meetup for all the Splinterlands guys, possibly in Philly, maybe in Puerto Rico. I don't know, but try to get people together. I have a broadcast going on tomorrow from it's 3 to 5 for a tournament where you can win some beta packs. And I'm starting with the Champion League, but I'll move that down in the future, trying to get a sense of time and all that. But yeah, definitely want to see. I told Nate I want to get some like character backstories. Like in League of Legends, when they introduce a new character, there's usually some kind of story. Like when Kench was, what is it, Tom? Kench, he's like the Louisiana crocodile that's down there and he eats people. Like there's a whole bunch of cool stories about him. So maybe it's not like a full length Netflix special, but I definitely want to start seeing some content created that way. So hopefully that's a good piece of that. What's my personal goal and team's goal for now that we've passed the previous goals? Yeah, I want to build some partnership games. I want to get some major brands to use our system to white label what we're doing and build either major sports simulations or other types of entertainment simulations, but using already nationally recognized brands. I think that would be huge for this. Matt, what do you have? Like, I know our short-term goal is stabilize the servers, but do you have a more moderate term goal of what you hope to see for the game and the ecosystem?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's the same as it's always been. I mean, we want to have this be, a large kind of mainstream game at some point, like other mainstream games that are out there, and be one of the first blockchain-based games to do it. So, we certainly have not surpassed that goal at all. So we're just working to go there, and that should, hopefully be just amazing for everyone who's here now. That's still the goal, I think, at least for the main Splinterlands game. And the others, long term, we want to make other games in the Splinterlands ecosystem, and lots of other different things, outside the current trading card game.
So for any type of new bug or issue that comes up during the day, what's the best way to forward it to the team? How do you want players to communicate their problems?
I think generally tech support or the support.splinterlands.com, form is good. And then the customer service team, which is led by Byzantinus, can look into that, see if it's really an issue and the severity or the, amount of the problems it's causing, and then forward it to the development team as appropriate.
Where's the support ticket form? Like, where on the site can I go?
It's not on the website yet. We just got it up, but it's at support.splinterlands.com. Or you can also leave a message in the tech support channel and Discord, which we're working on getting more people, to be monitoring and responding.
Sweet. SPS to buy Chaos Legion packs, I believe so. Can you develop a card wish list with notifications? I have several cards I'm waiting for better rental prices, and it'll take a while to scan them all several times a day. So little things like that are exactly what we want third-party developers doing, because you don't need Splinterlands to do that. There's all kinds of smart developers in the community